representing Waterfall RIVES, which is essentially a POC to have a base layer composability on top of RIVES using cascades. So next slide, please. And so just a quick recap for the video. So RIVES is a fantasy console, just like Pico 8 and TK80, but the key difference is that it's fully reproducible. So we make this fantasy console on chain that you can prove and verify the logs and see that everything was done right. So next slide, please. So what I mean by base layer composability. So it's essentially add features without having to hard fork, because you can add new compose with new applications on top of yours, and then you can just extend with new functionality. And so this provides some sort of upgradability by adding new features. Also, since it sits on the base layer, anyone can contribute to the project by creating these new features and these unpredicted behaviors that it can emerge. Also, you can, if you divide your application into these pieces, you can make them specialized, and they will just focus on each task, and you don't have to create that huge rollup that has to handle everything. So next slide, please. And so cascades in what these cascades in this sense. So essentially, so a rollup, they compose on top of another one, and they get the same inputs of the old rollup. And if they have the same code running, they have the entire state of the other rollup inside that. So, for example, in RIVES, so we run just the core RIVES, the core verification. If you want to generate an FT out of the screenshot of the game, you can do it by cascading. And what matters to us, because we can scale with all these other features like the cascade betting system, betting applications, NFTs, and also it allows to automatically trigger these other rollups. Yeah, next slide, please. And the core architecture, the architecture of this cascade, so you have one rollup running the core and the other rollups running the other extensions, such as the contest and NFT. And the core, it's inside the other rollups, so you have the state. And for that, we have a single proxy contract. And each dApp also has its own logic on the base layer. So you could check for NFTs to participate on a contest. Also, if someone deposits a token to play the game or all stuff. Next slide, please. And for this proxy contract, we essentially use MUD. So this allows us to create a very cool system, and anyone can participate on the MUD world by creating new namespaces and creating their own data there. And it brings out the several features like upgradability. You can upgrade these base layers. You can change the data model, and you can access the data from the other application. So this brings this whole ecosystem of composability with MUD. So next slide, please. And this is a flow of how things work. And so you send a message to the proxy contract, goes down and the flow down, and it goes to the extended rollup. So it processes the core RIVES, also generates the NFT, and then generates an event. But this event is composed, it's aggregated the core event and also the NFT generator event. This is a notice, by the way. And then you can verify this notice on the base layer dApp from Cartesi, but you can also take a piece of it and verify using the proofs from the core RIVES. So you have a link between both of these pieces. Yeah, and next slide, almost all. So it just with future implementation like GIO could allow for reading the state, so you don't have to copy the whole state from the point. You can copy from the Genesis, and then you can access the state layer. And with subscribing, you would have to send to several inputs. Next slide. This is a small presentation, a small demo. So I'm playing the game on this is running two applications at the same time. So I'm running the one. This is essentially the core RIVES with some difference to work with these contracts. and the other one's an FT. And then I send the verification to the core. It's just sending an input to the core, and the other verification will automatically get it, and it will get generate the NFT. Yeah, and I think I'm done all of the time. So yeah, essentially it's the code's is on my GitHub. So thank you.